If you had the chance to propose a solution to a pressing problem, where would you start? Would you talk it out with a friend? Would you write some words down or sketch it out on a napkin?
I proposed an idea starting from a napkin sketch, so a really basic proposal that with just a sketch of my idea that was later taken through many stages and was among one of the projects that were selected to be displayed at the Expo Young Innovators exhibit.
Meet Sophia, a grade 10 student who loves to bike. She goes on those occasional biking hikes in Hatta, a region high in the Hajar Mountains. And every time she goes on a hike, she has to remain extra vigilant to keep safe. This was the main inspiration behind her innovative project, Daraja, which offers a solution to the challenge of bikers' safety around the world.
My project's name is Daraja, which basically it's a bike safety glove that aims to protect cyclists from obstacles and dangers, especially because the urban atmosphere is far more unprecedented and dangerous than, for example, rural conditions, which we might have had years ago. And it combines both the Adafruit Circuit Playground on the glove, which is a circuit board with many features, as well as an app and also a helmet with a built-in display to increase the safety of bikers' experiences as a whole.
If you're curious about Sophia's Daraja glove, like I am, you can see it on display along with 297 other innovations at the ground floor of Terra, the sustainability pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai. Those innovations were designed and implemented by students within the Young Innovators Initiative, part of the Expo School program.
This initiative is a true celebration of young people and the outstanding ideas that they have created. It's proof that they can dream big and see their dreams come to life.
This is Alia Al-Ali, Vice President of the Expo School program.
How are the youth part of Expo 2020 Dubai? That is something that we take very, very seriously. By ensuring that the young generation are contributors to a global platform such as Expo, by listening to their ideas and seeing things from their perspective, we're empowering them to be actively involved in shaping the schools and the communities and the world of tomorrow.
In this episode, we'll see Expo 2020 Dubai from the eyes of the young ones and how they got to be key players, stakeholders, and shapers of this world event. I'm Noon Saleh, and this is Inside Expo, an official podcast of Expo 2020 Dubai, where history is being made.
The Expo School program is a program and a team that is dedicated to engaging with schools across the UAE and making sure that they're really at the heart of this incredible World Expo. The establishment of the program is a direct result of our leadership's commitment to youth and a strong belief that they are key contributors to both creating an exceptional event and a meaningful legacy as well.
The Expo School program is the umbrella that holds many initiatives together, all designed to suit the different age groups, interests, and backgrounds. One of these initiatives, the Young Innovators, received over 6,000 proposals from students between grades 1 and 12. The ideas were submitted in the form of a sketch on a napkin, just like many of the world's brightest innovations started. This format was meant to put across that great ideas can also start with something as simple as a pen and a napkin.
I was so taken aback by how many excellent plans and policies and prototypes and solutions that I was seeing. And, there were students who were way younger than me who had participated in this. I had submitted mine back in 2019 before COVID, so I was in grade 8. However, I saw submissions from students in grades 1 and 2 that were mind-blowing. And it brings me so much optimism and hope to know that there are people like me, people out there who care about the planet, who care about helping other people, who care about mobilizing innovation so that we're able to overcome the problems and obstacles that cause problems all around the world.
A device that decrypts baby talk, a fog collector for safer roads, an infinite tree grower, and energy-producing shoes are just a few of the prototypes designed by students, printed in 3D, and displayed in the Young Innovators exhibit.
Who are we? We are a victory. We are catalysts of change and ability. We are honorary. We are vast like the sea.
Students that are more into arts and music also have a place at Expo, and not just any place. Performances created and enacted by students have been frequently taking place at Al-Wasp Plaza, the heart and soul of Expo 2020 Dubai, on the very same stage that hosted those students' favorite superstars. What you just heard is from a performance by Jazz Rockers Institute of Dance that took place in November.
Another one of our initiatives is Expo Young Stars, which is another way for us to empower students through arts and music. And as a result, 100 schools from across the UAE will be performing their own interpretation of the vision of Expo 2020 Dubai on the Al Wasl stage. But seeing kids as young as 5 years old performing on the same stage where international artists have performed, it means so much to them. And again, it shows that there's a strong belief and commitment to their talent also.
From the day Expo 2020 Dubai opened its doors, just under 500,000 school students have been involved with different activities.
We've developed various activities and initiatives to make sure that the educational community makes the most of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And probably one of the main initiatives that's really at the heart of what we do is the school journeys.
Schools across the UAE, both public and private, can register for school visits through the Expo website in a few easy steps.
We have 4 incredible school journeys that are designed specifically for school students. Each journey is a perfect combination of learning, fun, inspiration, and it's packed with mesmerizing exhibits, arts, science, technology, culture, innovation, wonder, you name it. We've also linked our exhibits and our content to the different curricula in the UAE. So really every student, no matter which school they attend in the UAE, will be able to relate their learning material to many aspects of these journeys.
Welcome to Expo 2020!
The 4 tailored school journeys Alia mentioned are titled Legacy of the UAE, World of Opportunities, Universe in Motion, and Sustainable Planet, a direct reflection of the UAE's rich history, as well as Expo 2020 Dubai's main sub-themes: opportunity, mobility, and sustainability.
My school is a school with 7,000 students and staff, and almost every grade has visited. Then we were very fortunate to be part of the Majlis, which we just visited. So these are some of the wonderful trips that we had got the opportunity to visit.
Anjum Hassan is the head of the biology department at Delhi School Sharjah and the Expo coordinator for her school. Besides the journeys, Anjum says that her school took part in the Next Gen Majlis, another Expo school program initiative. In the Next Gen Majlis, students participate in conversations around a variety of crucial topics and themes regarding the future.
I was actually interested in sustainability. We did talk about it in the Majlis, and in my opinion, the Majlis, when it gathered all the youth, it really helped looking at sustainability in a different perspective, which actually made me go deeper into the field of sustainability.
And this is Faris, a grade 11 student at Al-Ittihad Public School in Abu Dhabi. Faris submitted a recorded speech as an application for the Next Gen Majlis. He was then selected to take part in the Majlis conversations with other students. But let's take a minute here to understand what a Majlis is. An inherent element of UAE's culture, a Majlis is a space where a group of people gather to discuss current affairs or topics that matter to their lives.
We would sit around, we would start talking about topics, and each person would have like their own turn, I guess, to talk about these topics that we were given and thought of. That's like a part which I really enjoyed because you get to talk with other people. It's nice because having a group of young, thoughtful, creative people actually gets your brain going and makes you think of questions and things you've never thought of before, which would help you in your future.
It's part of the overall World Majlis program, and it fosters conversations with and amongst our nation's youth on a variety of topics and themes that matter for the future. We've had several sessions already prior to the start of the Expo as well, and during the Expo. This specific initiative, it speaks to our older students, mainly the high school students, and offers them a platform to voice their opinions, but also to be actively part of the change that they would like to see in the world.
Morning. Hayakum Allah, first of all, in our majlis.
I want you to remember one thing. This is your conversation. So whatever that you bring into this conversation is completely yours. We want to invite your thoughts, your opinions, your honest opinions. So this could be an awkward, silent moment, or it could be a productive conversation with all of you.
One of the topics Faris engaged in a discussion about at Next Gen Majlis was sustainability. He introduced a project that he also submitted to the Young Innovators Initiative.
The Pure Marine was made from homemade items. It worked actually fabulously. Its goal is to float on the water, and it would be placed in the marinas because there would be oil spills and garbage there. It has a motor which is at the sea level, so any plastic that would float into its radius would be pulled in. And it also had polyethylene, which absorbed the oils from the ships, which actually helped clean the marina.
The work on the Expo School program started many years before the actual Expo site opened its doors. According to Alia, the Expo School program has been in the making since 2016. Throughout the years, the Expo team visited many schools around the UAE and collected ideas for the World Expo from student and teacher feedback. And this was the main inspiration behind the student activities.
Teachers played a very important part of this engagement with the schools. They are in fact, the golden thread that ties us all together. In fact, most of our initiatives are a result of discussions and brainstorming sessions between our team and educators and teachers and the school staff here in the UAE, because we really wanted to make sure that we reach our long-term impact and our goal, which is to empower the next generation. Who better to ask than the school teachers and the educators who are in communication with those students on a daily basis. I'll give you one example, which is the learning resources. This initiative was actually as a result of teachers expressing to us that this is something that would be very useful in their classrooms. So we went ahead and we created it, but we didn't create it by ourselves. We had 70 volunteer teachers from the UAE who actually helped us develop those learning resources.
Right from the making of the Expo, there were a lot of virtual sessions, right? And since then, every week, every other day, there are fun-filled activities, memorable experiences for the students, and we keep participating, though they are all virtual activities, but they take us to a world of as if you were into that physically, mesmerized,
Anjum encourages her students to proactively engage in the activities and embody what they learn.
I was able to share with my class the certain images of the sustainability pavilion. And I made it a point emphasizing that they must go and visit this part. You have to go there when you do the research project. So I have made it mandatory that they must add at least one research point from Expo. What was their takeaway? So every teacher debates English language, whether it's maths, we are all trying to incorporate the school programs.
That's why I really appreciate Expo 2020 and the Expo School program, because that's exactly the idea that it fosters. It encourages everyone to bring out the best in themselves and propose any solution or innovation or technology that they might have under the idea that there is no question, there is no proposition that is bad. And anything can be a solution, and it's better to share those than to suppress them because, oh, you're too young or my idea might not be good. Just put yourself out there and you'll find that it's rewarding. knowledge has the ability to change the world more than anything else, because with knowledge, you're equipped with creativity, you're equipped with ideas, you're equipped with perspective that will enable you to see the world in a different way. And through Expo, through my involvement in these activities, I have built knowledge, and this knowledge will most certainly help me not only equip myself with skills so that I can continue my educational career, so things like university credits or resumes and applications, but also once I exit the world of academia and eventually move on to a career after studying. This experience and these initiatives that I have taken part in will just allow me to see the world from a different perspective. See the world from a perspective that is less based on me, but more based on the people around me and how I can help solve problems in their lives, how I can help the wider community, and how I can make a positive impact on the rest of the world beyond the scope of my own life.
What are we? We are free. City on the hills that cannot be hidden, and new generations that can't be beaten. We are possible. We are a heartbeat that can't be ceased, a fire that can't be extinguished. We are language that ought to be expressed, and warriors that won't be oppressed.
Inside Expo takes you behind the scenes at Expo 2020 Dubai, sharing our stories and others across the 170-year history of this global event. Learn more by visiting virtualexpodubai.com. To learn more about the Majlis in Emirati culture and at Expo 2020 Dubai, listen to episode 18 of Inside Expo, featuring Expo 2020 Dubai's head of the World Majlis Initiative, Dr. Federica Busa. Inside Expo is produced by Kerning Cultures Network. We release episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Subscribe to Inside Expo on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss an episode. If you enjoyed the show, share it with your friends and leave us a review.